Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the Everton Daily Live. We're looking ahead to Everton's trip to the Emirates at the weekend. The Blues back in action. Arsenal drew 1-1 last night.
I know,
big fusion, didn't he? In the Champions League, so they're not infallible.
Yeah.
But obviously, James, right now, this is probably as tough a game as you can have in the season. And Everton are very, very good away from home. That has to be said, results-wise.
Yeah.
But are we looking forward to this one?
I
think you're looking forward to this one?
I'm looking forward to it. But
you're going, aren't you?
I am going.
You're going to be there.
No, I'm going to be among.
I reckon you're going to be the lucky charm.
I mean, the last away I went to wasn't a great one. So.
No, but don't say anything about that. But this one.
But anyway,
wasn't that in North London as well?
No. I went to one with Ped.
Oh no, Ned. I was thinking of Ned.
Oh no, I went to one with Ped.
Ned went to
we lost in pre-season.
5-0.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
But as you said, it is a tough one to have. But I think the fact that they drew last night is probably massive for Everton. Just for the fact of they've got to play again and then they've got to win in the Champions League against Leverkusen. So all the focus is sort of going to be on that one because it is a one-off game. Whereas with the Premier League, they have other games to sort of rectify it. Say if they didn't. But then also, I look back to the one of Hill Dickinson, and obviously we sat off a bit more. It was more like an away game because of the strength of Arsenal, and obviously I know we lost 1-0, but it wasn't a game where they completely battered us.
No,
we should have the penalty as well that we never got, which could have made it 1-1. But I thought we managed them well, and I feel like that the game that we're going to have at the Emirates is going to be very similar to that one at Hill Dickinson, just purely for the fact that we're just going to be sitting back and sort of trying to get them on the counter. And Arsenal are weird because you look at the team and they're like City in the way where you don't know what the starting 11 is because they've got that many quality players. So the players that they're resting, I don't even know which ones are the first teamers and which ones aren't anymore because just how good everything is. So I'm hopeful that Everton can get something out of it. I think games like this just suit us way more where we are going to be sort of sat back and we have to counter, and it's just, I don't know whether we take the chances that we're going to get because I don't feel like we're going to get loads, but we look at sort of Man United and it was that one chance at Dewsbury Hall, and you look at other games like Villa and stuff where we didn't have loads of them. It's just whether we can take them in the moment. And I don't know, Arsenal aren't the scariest team attacking wise. I don't know, I don't want to jinx anything, but I'm not terrified of their attack. Yeah, it's just that they're so strong defensively and getting through them. That's what makes them where they are. But,
No, I think you're right. I think they're not they don't really blow teams away.
No,
they did Villa over Christmas, I think it was, but in general, they've edged past a lot of teams, and you've got to go there and sit in and be tight and try to frustrate them. And I actually think Everton can do that. I think Everton can go and frustrate them. Whether it is enough at the end of the day to get a result, we'll see. But Wolves did really well. Were only beaten in an own goal in injury time, weren't they? And then when they played them at Molineux, they scored an injury time to deny Arsenal winning. So you can dig in there. Teams have done it. They are brilliant off set pieces. That's the big thing. But it's come it feels like anyway, when you watch Arsenal, it's come a little bit at the expense of their flow and football. That, for 2 or 3 seasons, they were very much like Manchester City. They were City light in a way. Yeah. And they couldn't get the job done.
They were out-Cityed by City.
Exactly. And then last year, they were just a mix of trying to be a bit like City, trying to be a bit more resilient, and it didn't work. And Liverpool were watching everyone else scrap for it and just went through with the slippers on and ended up winning the league. Yeah. But Arsenal, I think in the summer, I think Mikel Arteta and his coaching staff were like, right, we probably need to do something differently here because this is not working. He's under big pressure. He's done a good job there, but he's under big pressure. He's spent a lot of money. Yeah. If he doesn't win the league this season, will Lady Parr, will both sides break away? We'll have to wait and see. So what they've tried to do this year is sort of be like Liverpool last year and be as consistent as they can be and let everybody else drop points. playing other ways, and that means they're solid, tight defensively. They get goals from set pieces. A lot of times, it's set pieces that win them the game because teams have done a good job on them. So it's one of them, isn't it? Let's just go play our game like we can. We're gonna have to be really tight, not make any silly mistakes. But last year we went there when we were rubbish, and we ended up drawing 0-0 because we got through. I mean, I remember Duke sitting there, should have probably done better early on with a great chance and get it into the side. That another keeper saved it, and you're thinking that was a big chance. But it was sort of like the only one we really had. We had a couple of breakaways at the end with Breuer and stuff, but it didn't quite work. But we've done, Michaelenko done a really good job on Saka, and that sort of negated anything. So can we do that on Saturday? If we do that and stay in the game, then we've got an opportunity.
Yeah, that's the thing, and it's going to be very close no matter what. And it's, I think it'd be interesting how Everton line up, because I feel like, with the Branthwaite stuff and that, I feel like that changes quite a bit for Everton, where it's more of a, does Michael Keane just slot back in, or does he try something a bit different? I think because it's Arsenal, imagine it's just O'Brien at right back, Tarkowski and Keane, but we sort of seen like the flaws in that, and so if they have got someone with pace out, they're going to be able to just, I don't know, compete against that. But
we'll see.
It's weird, isn't it?
We'll see. Thank you to everyone who was saying nice things about the James Tarkowski interview. He was great. Me and James were at Finch Farm yesterday. He was brilliant. Down to earth fella, very understated, isn't he? But what a signing he's been for Everton, free transfer. He's been fantastic, and he's the reason. Him and Branthwaite and Jordan Pickford are the reason Everton generally over the last 3 years have had a really good defensive record. Sarki's absolutely key to it. People were sort of calling him early on in the season. I never seen it. Don't get me wrong, I don't think he started the season amazingly. The Brighton game, he had a little bit of a mare at home, and Pickford got him out of trouble and stuff. But in general, I think he's been excellent again. And for someone that we got for nothing, he's been brilliant. And I know he tries to deny it, but he is the captain. He's the team captain, isn't he? Shame he doesn't play, does he? So he's the team captain. But he didn't really want to sort of take that, did he?
No.
But thank you very much for all of the nice comments. Leave a comment under it if you can. Like it if you can. Even better, subscribe if you're not. Danny Ellis says, get over to YouTube and hype the Tarky interview. Because you can hype it, can't you? Helps the channel. It really does help the channel, Danny.
You can hype something?
You can hype it, yeah. I think it boosts it and sends
like promotions.
Yeah, like promote.
I didn't know if you. Yeah, well,
no, people can do it. Yeah,
that's
so
cool.
go and do it. That's brilliant. If you see anything, if you're on Instagram, you see anything on there, give it a little like, or repost it, or put a little comment on, because it all really helps. And you're part of this channel. Everyone who joins in and tunes in, leaves a comment, you're massively part of this channel, and we really appreciate it. If you want to be even more part of this channel, get over to Patreon. Be a patron. Try it out for a month. Get podcasts with no adverts and stuff. Get the videos first and all that. Give it a little whirl. But thank you very much. Really do appreciate everyone who's took the time to leave a little comment about the interview. He was great. We've got an interview coming out with Paul Tate as well
tomorrow.
Which is brilliant. The Everton's head coach, under 21. Excellent. I did ask him about Braden Graham, so check it out to see when that's out what he is sort of thoughts on Braden Graham are. But back to Arsenal, we're going to need Tarkowski to perform well. He was sort of up for it, wasn't he? He's up for the game. If Michael Keane comes in, then it might be a game that suits Michael Keane, because Everton aren't going to be on the halfway line, are they? They're going to be sort of a bit deeper. And then maybe at the other end, Keane can come up with a little left foot volley or something at the other end if we do manage to get a corner.
I think that's something that was discussed in your interviews, that James Tarkowski was talking about set pieces, and he was saying how he probably should score more goals.
Is that when I said you should score more goals?
And he agreed anyway that he should score more, because he wins every.
Doesn't he? He wins every header.
But for Arsenal, who are really good at set pieces, you want someone who wins every header in it. So it's a perfect game.
He referenced trying to be like Gabriel or someone who scores goals. So I think Tarky should get well more. He's that strong in the air and dominant.
I'd be much richer as well if he did.
You would. James did bottle it he was gonna tell him that he throws first goal scorer on with him every week. And he didn't, he bottled it. He bottled it. Toffee Blue says, links to Dyche going to Spurs. How ironic would it be that we put them down with him in charge of them last game season?
No way, they will.
It'd be incredible, but the story, and I seen this yesterday, the stories basically come from Chico, who was then a different name to wind the Geordies up.
Yeah.
And he's now a different name again. And when you look at it, it's the maddest name. You're like, he is not real.
And his profile picture is always my head teacher from school. It's Mr. Mangan.
It's amazing. It's amazing. And also, loads of his posts are literally just winding the Geordies up, but they're all Everton based. So, yeah. So I don't really think Tottenham are looking at Sean Dyche, I'll be honest. Mark Cody says Tarky could be club captain next season. I can't see Seamus playing on when he's only played 2 or 3 times this season. Yeah. Robert Jones says if Branthwaite plays, I can see Everton getting the win.
It definitely opens it up more just because of the profiles are so different between Branthwaite and Tarkowski, but they are similar with both. And, we were talking about the United goal where Keane and Tarkowski are both just outpaced, and that's what he scored. And I think if you got Branthwaite there, it's a different story, but it's just a shame if he isn't just again, isn't it?
Well, that's it. I mean, if we don't know, we'll know tomorrow when David Moyes faces the media, of course. We'll get an update there, but hopefully he's fine. But if Everton are going to have to be careful with him, you're almost... I sort of said this, say this to Chris Beasley the other day, is that when you're looking and you think, if he has got a slight injury... is it best to leave him till a Brentford game? Because that's sort of like 4 or 5 weeks away. And therefore, he can get rested and rehab. Or, because you don't want to... If he's fine, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. But you don't want a Kane and Dewsbury Hall situation, which was...
risking
he was feeling it. He wanted to play at Chelsea and he was feeling it. And then we know what happened and we lost him for 6 weeks. You don't want that to happen with Jared. If it can be avoided, obviously. So we'll have to wait. We'll have to see. David Moyes will give us an update, obviously, tomorrow. I mean, Arsenal do have sort of Eze, who's incredible, don't they? And
he hasn't played much, though, has he? Considering how much they spent on him and how much people liked him. He had them 2 games against Tottenham where he scored loads.
He's unbelievable against Spurs.
Yeah, so that's 16 starts all season. And he comes on sporadically for just 20 minutes and stuff. Yeah, it's a bit weird. But he's a good player.
LTL says we win 2-1 at Arsenal. Boss for the away fans.
I hope so.
Be great. James would be loving. James might even come in on Monday. He'll still be partying if Everton went to Emirates and won 2-1. Yeah. Still there, bevying. Loving it. Toffee Blue says great interview. Thank you very much. Really appreciate it, mate. Rod Ross says, seriously, what's a hype? LTEL, you often mention the hype thing, so what do people have to do? Tell them how they hype the video. Thank you very much.
He said, you just have to like the video and then it should come up.
Oh, okay. If you like it, it comes up and says, do you want to hype it, does it? Oh, okay. Yeah.
If you scroll to the right, it says hype.
Oh, can you? Yeah. Oh, okay. If you're on your phone, you scroll to the right and it gives you the opportunity to hype it as well, so... Thank you very much. It just basically puts it out to more people. It just throws it in front of more people. And obviously, if we're doing this now, which is a little bit of a, insight into stuff like this, is that the more comments you leave, the more interaction you have with the video, the bigger the views, because it gets bounced around to people who maybe just haven't seen it or whatever. And then, obviously, Everton look at the stuff. And if Everton see big views, they're more inclined to give us more stuff. Of course they are. So, yeah, if you can do it, that would, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you very much. But anyway, let's move on. Gavin Cunningham said, got a feeling we're going to beat Arsenal.
I hope all these feelings are right, but they are a good team and they've got so much to lose. That's the only thing.
What about you just made the point right at the very start, though, and it's a really, really good point. That game last night means that Champions League tie is hanging in the balance. Yes, we expect Arsenal to beat them in the Emirates, but 1-1.
Yeah.
Anything could happen. So, you know, if they'd have won 3-0 last night, you could understand it being a bit... So Arteta's got to manage this game, and then they knowing that they've got that game again. Listen, all it is just an extra little complication for them. Not much, but it's an extra little one.
Yeah.
You just never know, do you?
Mm-hmm.
You never know. Everton could turn up and bloody the nose. It'd be amazing.
I know you thought, you're looking at like some of the fixtures, I know Leverkusen obviously had that great season, but they're sixth in their league as well. So it's not like they're flying. And it's like, I don't know, it feels like a weird one for them to draw.
You said it before,
and they drew it like they got a pen right at the end, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it's like...
It's a penalty later on.
Oh,
You
yeah.
said before, like the game of Hill Dickinson, there was nothing really between the teams. Don't get me wrong, they were the better team.
Yeah.
But there was nothing really. They didn't really have any chances.
No.
They scored a penalty. Everton didn't have any chances and should have had a penalty.
Yeah.
So I remember coming out of that thinking, that really should have been 1-1. It should have been a draw.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? It was a terrible game of football on the night, but it probably should have ended in a draw, really.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's, I think, Everton's best hope of getting something at the weekend is trying to create that kind of game again. It's easier said.
2 shots on target. Arsenal.
Hill Dickinson.
Yeah.
What did we have? Did we have any?
We had one. Can't remember the one.
Oh, our one was a thing that looped up in the air and Raya just stepped forward and caught it.
Oh.
I think it might have been from Beto's shoulder or something. Wasn't very good. But
Alcaraz, yeah.
Oh, was it Alcaraz? It was an Alcaraz header.
Yeah, it was a header.
It
Yeah.
looped up in the air and he just stepped forward and caught it. Because I remember thinking, how can you say that that's an attack? Because it just went up, you know what I mean? But listen, if we could keep it like that, who knows? Who knows?
That was with Tarkowski and Keane as a partnership though as well.
The which?
That was with Tarkowski, Keane and O'Brien as a partnership as well. Which is a
Yeah,
positive.
of course. We'll be back. Listen, we all love Jared Brandthwaite. He makes it Everton massively better. But let's be honest, we haven't had him for most of the season. What's he played? 5 games, is he? Something?
Have a look.
Probably only about 5 games, I think, Jared. 5 or 6, yeah, maximum.
Start of 5 games, played 7.
Yeah, but he come on in one in the 88th minute or something, didn't he? Fulham or whatever it was.
Fulham, he came on for 5 minutes.
Yeah. So we started 5. We've had him for 5 games. So the season's 20. You know, it's our 30th game at the weekend. So we've done it before. We're in a position where we are because we've been able to do it without him for most of the season. He just makes Everton much better when he plays, doesn't he? So anyway, we'll know more tomorrow, won't we? I think. Chef's Life says, I finally have a Saturday off here in Dubai, but I think I'll stay at home and watch it with rockets and all that. Bloody hell, mate. Stay safe. Stay safe. Let's have a look here. Mike Cosgrove on the Super Chat says, if they like paddle, James, where should our viewers go to get?
I'll put the
it's
Instagram
building
link
up.
in the comments right now.
It's building up, isn't it? It's building up. So when's launch, Mike?
29th.
The 29th of March. So
Not that Mike's here.
Mike
in case
is
anyone's
here.
watching.
Mike's just sent to I'm asking to the thing. It's just that someone over there knows when it's launching, so Mike's obviously in contact with him, telling him. So yeah.
There's the link for all your paddle needs on Instagram.
So if you're into paddle or want to get involved in paddle or want to hear 2 fellas talking about paddle with other people,
Me and Jacob might feature on it.
Jacob and James may well feature at some stage on it.
I might fall over.
There you go.
A few times.
El Tel says,
Yeah.
the best dive.
I cut me knee and everything for that.
El Tel says, I think Spurs are gone. We'll see. We'll see. Mark Cody says, Jared would be a huge loss, not just because he's a good player, but he's a huge guy who could mark Gabriel at set pieces. Yeah.
We've got a lot of huge fellas in our team.
We have.
That's the only
Michael
one.
Keane's not exactly small, is he?
And Jake O'Brien's just as big, if not bigger, than Brandthwaite. And Tarkowski's a lot bigger than I thought he was. After yesterday.
El Tel says, what's paddle? Well, go and subscribe to the channel.
Click that Instagram link.
Click the Instagram link. You'll see it. It's the biggest grown sport in the world, actually, which is a bit mad. but it is. It's boss though. No, but you know what I mean. Just considering it's that, it's a bit mad. But if you want to know more about paddle, A, subscribe to the lads. B, when this is finished, search Toffee TV and paddle.
Oh yeah,
and you get to see how good headers are paddle.
And what's your Tarkowski?
And Tarkowski.
Yeah, Tarkowski mentions paddle.
Yeah, so there you go. Emma says she might hit the match. Looks like paddle's doing him good with a thumbs up. Yeah, he's lost loads of weight. He's lost loads of weight. That and just not eating, but he's lost loads of weight. I'm messing. Bill Everton says, ask Mike if McNeil should start this weekend.
Not that Mike's here.
No.
Just in case he was here.
It's getting relayed to Mike wherever he is.
Jacob's on the phone to Mike while he's in
just like that.
I mean, I personally wouldn't.
Mike personally wouldn't, but he does accept he played well against Burnley. So I think that's a fair assessment. It's a fair assessment. Who would you change though for him?
I put St. George.
Sorry, George. Do you just think though that because we're gonna have to stay sort of compact for large portions of the game, it might? Yeah, no, you have got it. Yeah, otherwise it doesn't work. Otherwise you're just going, oh, can we keep you out for the whole 90 minutes? But I just wonder if the manager might look at it. Depends what. Of course he is, yeah. But he might look at it and think, well, if it's 0-0 with 15, 18 minutes left, you get George on to run at them and maybe catch them on the counter. But we've got to get to that stage before we. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But let's be honest, David Moyes be absolutely.
I think because McNeil's good at distance though as well.
Because
he's good at distance, like hitting it.
What, running?
No, like shooting from distance.
Shooting?
That could add to it as well. Because Arsenal have a really good defence and they all just sit back, so it's
like
we're going to get in
having shots. Got to get the space to have the shot first, though, haven't you?
But that's what I mean. It's easier for him to probably have a shot from long range than getting it in there for like George. I'd guess.
Oh, maybe. Where are we here? Royal Blue says Spurs will be fine. They've got too much quality. Maybe, yeah.
Jacob disagrees.
Jacob does disagree.
He said Spurs will be fine. They have too much quality.
Multi-Great Escapes says, Baz, what do you think about FC Cincinnati striker Kevin Denke? Powerful and fast. Yeah, Everton had looked at Denke when he was at Bruges before he went to Cincinnati. I've watched him in MLS. He's good. He's a good player. He's a little bit... He reminds me the way he plays, if this for the older audience, of Tony Yeboah. That kind of player he's really good feet. He's not sort of lightning fast. He's a good player, but I don't know whether the Premier League, being a lone striker, he'd be able to do it. But I do like him. Does score goals. He scores goals. There's no doubt about it. Paul says, I always hype Toffee TV, but you're only able to do it 3 times a week. Great job. Cheers, mate. Thank you for the information. Bodo Glimt, my FC25 team, are incredible.
I know.
Another win last night.
3-0, sorry.
3-0 against Sporting last night. The manager, how'd you say the manager's name, Jacob? The manager.
I'll just do it. Kajetsi Knutson. I'm sure that's right.
I feel like it's probably said slightly differently than that.
Kajetel.
Go on, Jacob will tell us how you say his name.
Again, this is Norwegian, not Swedish, but that first name I'm not even going to try. Knutsen.
I give it a go.
Go on then.
Kjetil Knutsen.
Kjetil Knutsen.
Kjetil Knutsen.
So Knutsen, bolts. That's what we could have him, couldn't we, if we got him? Yeah, he's very good. The Bodo Glimt are brilliant.
He's been there I was reading about him because he's been there for years.
Yeah, he's brilliant. They're absolutely brilliant. And we'll see. The Clay Shack says, Baz, if Spurs do go down, would you agree they'd be the biggest club to get relegated in the Premier League era? Great interview with Tarkowski, mate, loving the content. Yeah. I don't know, though. See, Villa are a bigger club than Spurs to me. They just are.
Yeah.
The same way Everton are a bigger club. Like league titles tell you that. Spurs are a big club, though, and over the last 20 years, I've been bigger than Everton and Villa. I think overall, or maybe the three of us are maybe bouncing around a similar thing, but Spurs would be the biggest club probably to be relegated. Certainly.
Because I asked you about Leeds, didn't I?
When
I
Leeds
don't
went down, it was a shock. They'd been Champions League semi-finalists and everything, and they had big players, and then the next month they were relegated. Even with, and people were saying the same thing about Leeds. With
What?
10 games to go, too good to go down, got too much quality, no way they'll go. Ellen Road, hostile. They're not saying that about Spurs, to be fair. But it was all like, it's not going to happen. And I can still see the camera on the Leeds fans at the end, and the little kid who was like sort of crying.
Yeah.
Because they just didn't win games.
And that took them out how many years to go out?
It was 15 or something. And if you look at their next 2 games, Liverpool are bouncing them.
Mm-hmm.
No problem.
Yeah.
Liverpool are bouncing them. And then they've got Forest at home.
That's when
Forest at home is going to be horrible because Forest are needing the points as well. So,
the Wednesday before that, they play Atletico Madrid again.
Yeah.
So Liverpool, Atletico Madrid, then Forest.
Mm.
Mad.
There you go. Yeah. So, interesting. Gonna be. It's interesting because we're not part of it.
Yeah.
That's why it's interesting.
Now we can laugh at it.
It'd be
It's not funny,
absolutely horrible if we were part of it, wouldn't it? God, being in with 3 other teams. Oh my word, no, not feeling that at all. Because every negative result you have, if other teams have positive ones, and it might just be a point, but you want mentally, and you look and they haven't, and there's a few of them, you just start slipping. And looking at the way Porro gave that 5th goal up the other night, was running and then just stopped. Just let the lad run through and put it in. You're like, jeez.
Was it? That was the one where it was like the touch from Griezmann, when it was just an unbelievable touch.
Yeah.
That was a good goal though.
He just gives up though.
Yeah.
What's mad is Ritchie has the header, and Oblak makes a brilliant save.
Yeah.
And they break straight from it and score.
It's like he does some like mad like karate kick to like get it down. It's so good.
Mad. So let's get on to Peyton comments. Gary Ward says, howdy. Bucott Jez says, anyone got a spare? If he's talking about the game, I don't know. No idea. Steve P says, do you think there's a player in Europe we could sign as a statement signing like Newcastle did with Tonali? Also, watching them play the other night and never happening, but that Lewis Hall would have been perfect for it. Yeah, Lewis Hall's been really good for Newcastle. He actually reminds me a bit of Baines, the way he moves with the ball. Barca are dire these days, by the way. Sitting back against Newcastle and clawing a last-minute equaliser in the Champions League. Just say that out loud to yourself. Barcelona and Newcastle. Yeah, but
he started off with a high line.
I feel like they'll put them to bed at the new camp.
Yeah,
I really do. Tom Newton said, well, I don't know, is there anyone in Europe statement signing where you get it and be like, wow.
Osimhen.
Yeah.
That's what I'm supporting.
Yeah, that would be incredible.
Seeing him against Liverpool as well on Tuesday, it's just the 400 grand, isn't it?
The thing is, the way to do that...
That's just the 400 grand a week.
Yeah, but the way to do that would be to take a cut on another player.
Yeah.
So to just go, yeah, we're paying him. And we're having one player less. Who we're going to pay big money for. I think it'd be worth it.
I think that is a statement sign.
No, that would.
Everyone in Europe so it doesn't look.
I think you get him for less than that. 400 grand. I think there's many ways to skin a cat, but he'd be.
Yeah, apparently
He's on 350.
I think we worked out it was like 357
in Galatasaray in Turkey.
No,
did we? No, they bought. They had to buy him. Yeah, but if you want top class centre forward who's incredible, who would send waves around everywhere,
would be a statement one.
What about much less level and probably wouldn't be the statement as such? But what about Dusan Vlahovic, who was leaving Juve on a free? He's only 26.
I think that would be a statement though as well.
Scored a lot of goals.
Because every club he's been linked to it was like Arsenal for ages in that way, isn't it? But and he's young, and the reason Juventus want to keep him, but he's on too much money as well, so that's why he's got to go. Yeah, I think that'd be a great signing because he's big as well. It sort of fit, I don't know, an Everton type striker. I think it'd work perfectly. But
Tom Newton says, do you think Moyes needs to strengthen his coaching staff if he's to stay next season? It seems a bit outdated at the minute, which is played out in the home performances, with no patterns of play and being poor in possession. He needs a Heitinger or Carsley type, in my opinion. And Dan W says, I agree, but not heighting it after that video of him saying, pretend it's Everton's defence when taking the RS training. He's got Baines, and I imagine Seamus will be added to it in the summer. But are they good enough? That's what people will be asking, won't they? Do you want one who's a little bit older than them, but more experience to drop in? I mean, he had Heitinga at West Ham, didn't he? But yeah, so I don't know. Lee Carsey likes the 21s too much, though, doesn't he? So if he's a coach, but then he's got
That's a busy schedule for him.
I just don't know, because he's got Irvine. He's got Billy McKinley, who it is two lieutenants, hasn't he? Is he really going to go and get Lee Carsley?
Carsley ain't going as a coach, he goes as an assistant.
Yeah.
No.
53, yeah. My age. Gavin says, love the Tarkowski interview. Well done, Baz. Just got my tickets for the Chelsea game for me and my lads. First visit to Hill Dickinson over from Belfast. Can't wait. Brilliant. Enjoy it, Ethan. Your first game. We can beat them. I watched them. I mean, they are good, but they do leave gaps as well, Chelsea. We haven't quite got Kvaratskhelia or Desiree Doué and people like that, but, you know.
We've got McNeil and
McNeil flying. Michalenko, 30-yard volley. Who knows? Steve P says, could you see a world where Arsenal don't win the league? They sack Arteta and he becomes the Everton manager in the not too distant future. And do you think he'd be good for us? Because I do.
I could
yes.
see that.
I said this to you the other week. If they don't win the league this season and they sack Mikel, I could see, he wouldn't come to Everton in the summer, but he would have some time off, and I think Everton would replace Moyes with him.
Yeah, I think so as well.
The following summer. Now, it's whether or not he'd want to hang on a year, but he'd want a few months off like they all do. The reason why I could see it happening is because I think Moyes would have his backing as well.
Yeah.
I think Moyes would be like, yeah, it's Mikel.
He's the man for
Get Mikel. I don't know whether Davey might, if Everton get into Europe, he might just want that one season with Everton in Europe, mightn't he? Again, he might want longer. CFG might look and go, we want him. Would Arteta come in? See, what would be really good, I know I'm answering I'm going to ask you now, but what would be really good is if that happened and Arsenal did part ways with Mikel. Wouldn't it be brilliant if Everton got him in as part of the coaching staff with the idea that he's the next Everton manager? So now I don't know whether he would come to Everton as but he might do to be assistant manager for a season before taking over again.
I think that once he's been sort of challenging for titles and in the Champions League, he doesn't want to be assistant, will he?
Would be great though, wouldn't it?
Different for like Carsley, because
he'd probably get the Barca job anyway.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, there is a world where I see Mikel Arteta as Everton's manager stood on the line.
You know when we got Ancelotti and it was between like him and Arteta, and Arsenal were looking at them both as well?
It wouldn't have been better for us.
No, I'm asking though, was it actually close?
That's very close. Brands wanted Arteta and Mashiri wanted Ancelotti. But Everton spoke. Arteta wanted to come, but then Ancelotti become available, and then and obviously Arsenal were like, because I actually thought Ancelotti suited Arsenal more than, and Arteta suited Everton more. That's what I thought. I thought they sort of the wrong way round. Mikel wouldn't have done anything here because the club wasn't right for it. I mean, they've spent 900 million under him.
Yeah.
Burnley have spent more net than Everton have in the last 5 years. Everton are third bottom in the net spend over the last 5 seasons. Burnley are 4 places higher. Burnley.
Yeah.
Know what I mean? You know, Dan, Burn and Lee. Burnley. No, they've spent more. So Mikel would have come in, would have been a good coach. We did have some good players, so we might have been either worked with them.
But it wasn't the right time.
But then everything underneath was sand, wasn't it? Because we were building Hill Dickinson. But now, if you got him, it's set up and literally on sand. Got rid of the water, put that in. But now, we're in a much better place for a Mikel Arteta to take over. And I think the pressure would be less at Everton than Arsenal. Because if he started getting Everton into Europe and a bit higher, everyone would be loving him. Yeah. Whereas at Arsenal, because
the style of play and stuff.
Everything, and because Wenger won them stuff, And then it's been such a long time since they won the league. They're like a coiled spring now, whereas we are with a trophy. They're like that with the Premier League. Every year it gets harder to win it because it's the fans.
So close as well.
They're like close and all that. So it's an interesting one, but it wouldn't shock me to see Mikel Arteta stood on the sideline of Hill Dickinson as Everton manager. Not at all.
What other clubs could you see him managing if he wasn't managing Arsenal?
And he go abroad.
Like Italy, Como or something.
I think Barca. He was a Barca kid, wasn't he?
I know, but is he not?
No, Sociedad, but Barca. He was at. I'm sure he was at Barca when he was very young. He went to Sociedad. He was there with Xabi Alonso.
Isn't there a thing though with Barca where you've got to sort of play a certain way? Because he does play. It's more.
I know, but do you not think he did play like that though? Didn't he? He's gone the other way.
But he's not been successful playing that way.
No, I know, but he's also up against the team that has been incredible with Pep Guardiola.
Yeah, but you could do parallels with Man City with that. I mean, with Real Madrid, sorry.
Can you though? Real Madrid aren't machine like Hardy. I mean, didn't he get beat at home by Toffee the other day? So
It's still a ridiculous team.
no,
Madrid.
they've got no. I think the point I'm trying to make is Man City are more robotic than Real, and they've been. Liverpool had an incredible team, and City still beat them to 2 leagues out of 3. Do you know what I mean? When Liverpool were getting 98 points, they were getting 99. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they're robotic. Don't think Real Madrid are robot. Real Madrid have got unbelievable footballers. So if you get a coach who goes in, and they buy into you, you should dominate. Like if Real Madrid got Jurgen Klopp in the summer, and that's a rumour. If they got Jurgen Klopp in the summer and they just let Klopp sort it, they will be terrifying. If he could put that intensity that Liverpool had with that set of players that he's got, they should dominate everything for a few years. No matter what City do, Arsenal, they should dominate. Xabi Alonso, an ex-Real Madrid player, they should have bought into, but the players didn't fully buy into it, and therefore that's when, even though he had a 70% win rate, by the way, they didn't buy into it because they didn't like his methods. And you're almost dealing with too many egos there. But I think someone like Klopp would command that respect.
Yeah.
But Arteta going in at Barca, they almost have to be reinvented. Hansi Flick's done sort of well for them, but they're not Barcelona what we all think of. The Barcelona 10 years before the Barcelona we all think of. They're a huge football club. They're a little bit hit and miss. You've got great players, haven't you? And they haven't got a lot of money now. That's what the hope in the new camp is going to regenerate the money. So, Steve P says, Dites must have the same agent as Bobby Brown's shoes. He also says, thoughts on Wesley Franca for Roma. We should have signed him. His market value's gone up to 35 million. Yeah, but when Everton were linked with him, people weren't that impressed.
Yeah. I remember.
And he did well against us in the Roma game. He wasn't amazing, but he was up and down. But yeah. So it's always it's a flip of a coin, isn't it? Could have been brilliant, mate. He could have been brilliant. We'll see. Stephen Warman says, what's happened to Jared? No, just rumours they've got to be careful with this hamstring, mate. So we'll see tomorrow. There's nothing confirmed. David Moyes will let us know tomorrow whether or not he's in contention for Arsenal at the weekend. Paul Davies has great interview with Tarkowski. Baz, thank you very much, mate. Who would you like to interview next? Seamus Coleman or Jordan Pickford? There'd be 2 crackers.
What about Grealish?
Jack Grealish, obviously. Everyone wants Jack Grealish. But them 2, I think, would be really good. I'd love an inside the game with Seamus Coleman.
Yeah,
I think that'd be great.
Yeah.
Or Jack. Jack would be a great one.
Yeah.
Jack would be
Possibly
brilliant.
on
Imagine
nights
just sat about all sorts. Because he's just such a great fella, isn't he? So, Stephen Warman says, great interview with Tarky yesterday, lads. Was buzzing yesterday. Has got me and my lad Jack tickets for the derby. Come on, you Toffies. Absolutely, mate. That'll be brilliant, won't it? What an experience for you, lad. Watching us beat Liverpool. Hill Dickinson winning the first ever derby with a Tarkowski volley. Or Tarkowski header. Or a Tarkowski off his arse. The spawniest way possible. I don't even want to win with a good goal.
Yeah,
I want it to be like the scrappiest, horriblest goal ever.
Yeah.
And when we come in, they're all like, use a crap, use a this. The goal was rubbish. I'll just be like, well, then here's like a coffee, lads, while I make one. Dex says, didn't Arsenal only just beat us 1-0 a couple of seasons ago as well with a last-minute winner? We drew 0-0 last year. The year before,
there was that one where
they
just
beat us
gonna
4-0 the year before with Deitch.
The one where just gonna just scored the free kick, but it was a scammy free kick.
Sorry, that was the year. That was that year. It was the year before the 4-0, wasn't it? When Deitch first came. Yeah, you're right. It was a goal that should never have stood.
Trossard scored in the 70th minute. When that was
a Goodison.
No, oh yeah, sorry, yeah.
I know. Kid's got the internet and he's doubting the real internet here.
No, but there's none with last
We got beat
1-0.
2-1 the last game of the season when Adrissa scored. Right? They scored the winner. It was a Kai Havertz. It was handball. And Gabriel Jesus. It was handball. Should never ever have stood. I mean, Ashley Young played the ball across the defensive line instead of just putting it down the line for a draw.
Yeah.
He hit it across. Thingy handballed it. Jesus controlled it, ran on and scored the winner. It was literally the last kick, like 90th minute. We got beat 2-1 the last day of the season. The year before that, we got beat. Well, it was mad because obviously it was them or City to win the league, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And City were winning anyway. So we'd stopped them. It was 1-1. They were fuming. And then they got a spawny winner. The year before, they beat us 4-0. We had a dark kit on, I think. Michael Keane had a shocker. We got beat 4-0. Mason Holgate played in midfield, I think. It was a night game. And then it was a few weeks after we beat them 1-0 with Tarkowski. It was one of them where we had them twice in like 6 weeks. We beat them 1-0, so of course they had to beat us 4-0 in the next one.
The attack was McNeil, Morpay and Iwobi.
Nothing says 4-0 defeat like McNeil, Iwobi and Mopay, does it? But anyway, yeah. Sevilla. Got a good agent. Got Martin as his agent. And Deitch. They go around the well, don't they? They just slosh around. Marseille binned them. Just wanted them out the club. And what was the Sevilla PR, like the Sevilla admin off the social media had destroyed them, so they had to go and... No, he was game.
He was getting the depth of getting absolute shit on everyone. Like, went home, was like outside pitch around that. He still stopped and come out. He got out the thing and I'd thrown it with all the Whereas Pickford never once stopped, ever.
Oh, didn't he? No.
Ever, all the times. I'll only be down there about 10 times. Everyone stopped and he just fucking
They should always stop. Get him.
You know, in the kids' holidays.
You should stop. What's the...
20 minutes it takes them.
When they're coming through, they give anything for kids to stop them and ask them for their autograph and get pictures and all that.
Yeah.
There's where have they got to be? There's nowhere else they've got to be when there's kids there waiting for autographs, and they should always stop. Don't care whether you win, lose, draw. You should stop for the kids. They're your fans for ever. You're getting that money. Okay, you're talented, but you're only getting it because football's an emotional game. If football wasn't an emotional game, we'd all been it. We'd go every now and again when it felt good, wouldn't we? So them kids are turning up.
Coleman stopped.
Huh?
And I said to Coleman, like, "What did you say to them to just stop it? When you're next going?" And I was like, "I'll have a word with them." I was just like,
It is. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. There's no reason for them not to stop. They should always stop. It takes 10 minutes, 15 minutes maximum. Where are you going?
I said to him, I was like, they were trying to make a kid and I got fan. I said, hard way changed. I said, like, it's not as if he's doing it on the pitch. No, but I said,
No, you can say that. Seamus will have that with you. He'll say it's crap.
Yeah.
And that, we have to do more, but they should stop.
The least we can do is just get a photo.
Takes 4 seconds, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Out your day.
Go out to his car though and have photos of everyone, not just the one. He's getting pelted.
Yeah. No.
It was the week after he pelted.
No, they should do it. They should always stop. There's no excuse for me. David Murphy says it only me who's delighting in Spurs' torture and misery,
and
given
Jacob.
their attitude towards us.
Jacob hates Spurs.
Jacob can't wait. Stephen says, lads, would you take a 2-0 loss on Saturday if David Moyes could agree a permanent deal for Miles Lewis Skelly for next season? I would.
No.
No.
I'd rather have the 3 points.
If he could guarantee me Everton get a permanent deal for Declan Rice, then yeah, 100%. But not Lewis Skelly, no.
He's not like a left back where it's like
Oh my God.
ridiculous. Like he's one of the best. I'd rather have 3 points.
He's a good player though. Tom Blue says, what are the 3 things you miss about Goodison and the 3 things you love about Hill Dickinson?
One that I miss is that it's now like a 35-minute walk, and it was just a 5-10 minute walk home.
Yeah.
What else do I miss? One thing I like, views are way better. Actually sitting in the stadium, it's just better to watch. It feels like you're watching like FIFA.
So it's 1-1. 1
does. I was saying that to Jacob, we had like one, your seat's on the halfway, it's like FIFA.
Yeah.
It doesn't even look real.
No. So
And like the
one,
pitch is lit up perfect.
1 good, 1 bad.
When I used the mic sticker for the Arsenal game, the tifo was cool. You wouldn't be able to do that in Goodison, would you?
No.
The tifo
Okay.
machine and the flags and stuff, that's cool.
2-1 to the good.
2-1.
So you need 2 bad and 1 good. And you've achieved Tom's question.
1 bad, it's very expensive.
Okay, 2-2.
Everything's expensive.
Mm.
What else don't I like? Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. There needs to be more Everton stuff around it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 2-3.
And then
So
what
what's the third one?
that I like. This is tough on the spot.
The location's cool, isn't it?
It is cool, yeah, but location was also one of my bads.
Cool for like.
Yeah.
It just looks amazing.
Yeah, it feels like a Champions League stadium.
Yeah.
That's probably a good thing. That Goodison felt, I don't know, felt homely, but this feels like you've got like a mansion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a great way of putting it.
Yeah.
It's a great way of putting it. 3 things I miss about Goodison, my seat. Even though I've got a really good seat at Hill Dickinson, my seat was unbelievable. It was incredible. Mars bars. I mean, I couldn't eat them at the moment. I've given them up for Lent, so I couldn't eat them at the moment. I give chocolate up for Lent, not Mars bars specifically. But yeah, I miss them. I do miss the ease of just going to get a Mars bar when you can't get them. And I guess being able to leave the ground easily and get to the ground easily. I miss, as in, I don't have to wait for people to send me through a metal detector at just 3 openings in a wall.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And I know the odd person said, I don't see any problem. Well, I don't know how you get in. You literally...
Have you ever been stopped?
Literally get in a helicopter then.
I see getting bleeped and people don't even...
Yeah, that's what I mean. What did he stop for?
Well, there's a big blade in the toilet, so they're not great, are they?
'Cause
The
they're
metal
like-
detectors.
I've walked in with jinx in my pocket before. I've walked in with like me keys and like metal stuff on me, and I've never been stopped.
No.
So what are they looking for?
That's mad. So they're the 3. The 3 good things are the stadium's incredible.
Yeah.
The way you look at it, it is a Champions League stadium. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So the best purpose-built football stadium in England, probably.
Yeah.
Spurs is an amazing stadium, but it's NFL stadium, isn't it? Yeah. The views are fantastic, aren't they? Inside, you can't fault the views.
Yeah.
But what else do I like about it? Have I said the location? Locations with the stadium, isn't it? How it looks on the waterfront. That's incredible. Let's say I haven't got one. Another one. I haven't got another one that I love about
Jack
it.
Grealish.
No, that's a player.
Yeah, but you think the stadium brought Jack Grealish?
Okay, yeah. Say Jack Grealish. I don't love the fact that we can't read the players' names out when they're on the screen.
That's the most
That's
irritating.
fine,
That's one of mine now, actually. Whoever that fella is who reads it out, it's the most frustrating thing now. It's on the screen.
Just look up, mate, and go, oh, Jordan Pickford, yeah.
And like he'll speed up and slow down at times, but he doesn't do it. It's the most frustrating thing to watch.
Also, bin the siren.
Do you not like it?
No, shite. Bin it. Have it for, like, the derby.
Yeah.
Like the oh, but I thought if it was like the derby, yeah, no issue with it. And like I don't know, a United or a big game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Put it on. I just think it needs something different. I just don't think there's no raw. When it used to go off at Goodison, it was like electric. Now everyone's just like. And the other week they played it for 25 minutes. Literally, thought, have a rant started really already. But yeah,
they get back.
So, But definitely paint the inside. Paint the inside of it. Not Arsenal, the concourse. They'll get to that, but inside the stadium, make it blue everywhere. Make it blue. You know what I mean? There's no excuse for it not being blue.
I think like murals and stuff as well around it.
There's just no,
like
there's
nearby.
Yeah, but it will. I mean, I don't think we could have gone anywhere in the first season and you'd have been like, oh, it's boss, it's home. I really don't. No, but I still think it's got Everton. It's got 4 badges on, 4 massive 50-foot badges. I disagree.
If you can't hear Mike saying, it doesn't like that Everton is on the front of it.
I disagree. I think it looks incredible. It's got Everton. It's got the writing Everton on it. Why? But there was always gonna. We can't have it, but we could have had 70,000 seater stadium in Croxteth for a fraction of the price, built in 2019, and just with blue with Everton written on it. So you've got to buy into what it is.
The thing is that it's like they're paying £10 million a year, right? Which is a lot of money to get it, but in the grand scheme of football, we were about to sell 20 million for 20 million. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, so you sell your soul for 10 million quid. Well, what are you getting for 10 million quid? Like, I don't know.
But what if it wasn't called that? What would you call it? Just Hill Dickinson? I mean, like, probably more.
I'm not bothered about being called Hill Dickinson or sponsored by Hill Dickinson. I'm bothered about how in your face it all is.
It's got to be though, because I'm paying 10 million quid. I want more.
No, but I get that. But but then I would just, you know, the way Chelsea don't have a sponsor, I'd just not have a sponsor for the sake.
That's what Spurs do, isn't it? Yeah.
You've sold it out. It's just, and also if you did that a couple of years.
Like, this isn't working. No one can hear. Mark Doyle said, "Oh, but he can't." So we're just sat here going, "Oh yeah." Mark Doyle says, apparently Brentford's owner said Beto's the top of the list. He didn't say that. What he said was players who come up in terms of stats, you would look at Beto and go, how's he getting 3 1-on-1s in a game?
Yeah, he gets in
So he sort of fits their sort of model. He wasn't saying they want Beto. He was just saying someone like him. He said we've seen him miss 3 1-on-1s, but when you're looking at it, they would identify a player like that if he was getting that sort of chance somewhere else. And you go, he keeps getting 1-on-1s. Whether he misses them is irrelevant because he's getting them. That was the kind of thing he was saying. Where are we? I was trying to plant the seed of him scoring with Sacks. Where are seen something that's just jumped again. Blue Zach said, Baz, who are your top 3 underrated players to play for Everton and your top 3 overrated players ever? That feels more than just a throwaway question at a lunchtime.
One of each then.
Most overrated player to play for Everton and most underrated. Come on, Gustav. Most underrated player to play for Evans, Leighton Baines.
Yeah, but for Everton fans, he's not.
No, well, he didn't say that.
But he's still...
Okay, most overrated player to play for Everton, Dwight McNeil.
Mm-hmm.
No, but he is. He is. Some fans are obsessed with Dwight McNeil. Yeah. Right? And he played great against Burnley, and that's the level now that I want to see him at. But the way some people talk, he's single-handedly, and I don't know where that came from.
Yeah.
Right? Most underrated player by Evertonians. Yeah, Lukaku was. Yeah, but loads loved them as well, though. I think it's a really tricky one, that Zach, because you can go through every era and go, he should have been. People should have held him well higher in esteem than what they did, and things like, it's hard, isn't it, to name one and go, well, he wasn't underrated, or he was underrated, or he was overrated, or he... Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like John Collins, actually, forget Dwight McNeil, John Collins, the most overrated player that I saw. People, fucking hell. Summed it up for me, John Collins. He was better when he went and played left back. We bought him as a midfield player, and he was crap. and we put him left back, and he had a few good games. It was like 28. He went to Fulham, didn't he? 28, 29 or something. Yeah, he was overrated for me. Underrated. Again, you go through eras, wouldn't you? Underrated. I think Tarkowski's underrated by Evertonians. I find that mad. The way some look at him. This time was good, yeah. This time was underrated. Yeah, I don't know though, because it was 10 years ago. So you start going, yeah, the people really like him, but he was. Everton fans liked him. A lot of Everton fans did like him, especially when he was offering people out in the street and who were giving him stick, and he come down looking for the fella. That's different level. It's different class that from this time. Great fella. I don't know, Zach. There's loads, mate, who you go through and go, why is he rated that high? I mean, who would you say? Because yours pool is smaller than mine. I can go back and go, he was underrated, he was overrated, you know what I mean?
It's all a bit underrated, isn't it? Because it's like, is it like if they were here for a short period or were they an extended period? Like that's what, like, I always thought, this is a mad one, but I thought Enner Valencia was dead good when he came to Everton, and he barely played. I thought he was underrated about it, yeah.
He was just subbed out, wasn't he?
That's what I mean, but when he played, I feel like he always played, and he always changed the game for us.
Okay.
Overrated
then.
Aruna
Coney.
I don't think people rate.
I'm so many messing.
But I do think people overrate. And it's like ears as well, because a lot of Everton players always seem to die off. So it's like Ben Godfrey was probably overrated for a bit because everyone was saying he's going to play for England, but then he died off, didn't he? Same with like Holgate.
Controversial, underrated.
Go on.
Tom Davies.
Underrated. I said to Jacob, I love Tom Davies.
I don't know, it's like it's proper everyone's just on this bandwagon, but
Mike said Tom Davies, by the way, for people who can't hear him.
Blue underrated. Said Amadou Onana, infuriatingly overrated. It's a hard one for me because I did like Onana. I think there was some, don't get me wrong, there was some games, Zach, where he did infuriate you because you thought, like, looking at him, you should run this game, mate. Massive. You should run this game. But then I thought in other games he was brilliant for us. I think he'd be great for us now. Be perfect in that midfield now. With Dewsbury all and with James Garner, he'd be perfect. Moyes would love him as well. Alex went for Onana as well, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. He went for overrated. Oh, unless he's gone underrated and overrated, I don't know.
So Calvert-Lewin's underrated or overrated?
I thought he's put Calvert-Lewin and Onana overrated. Overrated Sandro. Overrated Walcott. Yeah. Listen, it's a good question because it's a debatable point, isn't it? And you all start going, oh, what about him and all that. But Alan Armstrong says, update on my dad getting the name wrong name on the screen and messaging. There's still no email back off the club. Jesus Christ. Have you gone to have you emailed fans? Sorry, Alan, have you emailed fan services? They're normally good at getting back. Other than that, try and email Angus Kinnear. Go right to the top. Someone will have to deal with it. But Everton fan services are normally decent at getting back. If not, email the fans forum and email the Fab as well. And then chase you off from there. It's just not very good. Right, where are we here? Malik says Baz turning into Rayman with his scores and highlight knowledge. Logan says Michalenko is overrated by some of our fans.
I don't think I'll be overrated him. I think maybe overhate him
by some of our fans. Yeah. Anyway, it's an interesting discussion point. That's it. Like, let me just quickly refresh Patreon before we go. Remember, if you want to become a patron, remember the link's in the description. Why wouldn't you? No adverts. It's a belter. Do it. Got lots of new content coming up on there as well. Yeah, Alan, go for fan services, go for the fans forum, go for the Fab, and chase them up, and then if not, then email the CEO. Adam says, looking back now, I think Tim Howard was overrated.
Yeah.
Mike says definitely.
Mike Bailey left a second in between bad fish.
I hadn't finished and Mike had started. Triggered him. It triggered him. Tom Blue says, showing my age here, but who the fuck is John Collins? No. John Collins was a Scottish international. Played for Celtic, left-footed. Always looked good, of course he did, in Scotland. Monaco, being in Monaco. We should have known. Day one, Aston Villa at home, penalty, Park End, and he missed it. And we drew 0-0. We should have known that was pretty much how it went for him. But he was a bad cry-ass. And then he scurried off to Fulham, didn't he? And Fulham are tiny and went on about playing with the bloody Tigana. Shut up, mate. Yeah. This is one for Jacob, because I do know what you mean, but this is one for Jacob. Darius Whitlock says, thoughts on the young Leverkusen striker, Christian Kofane. 19 years of age, led the line fairly well against Arsenal.
Yeah, he was mentioned in a video a couple of weeks ago, born 2006 or something. Honestly, Leverkusen's not one of the teams I would watch. It's Dortmund.
I can tell you, he's highly rated. He looks quite bright and lively. And we went to you for our Bundesliga expert
You
knowledge.
could tell me that. How many minutes have you seen him play?
I've seen 90 yesterday.
Oh, so you watched the game?
No.
There you go.
I only mess. I said he looks. I said he looks.
Based off of what?
Based off clips on White Scout and other stuff that I use,
fair enough.
and scout reports from people who were watching him who sent me stuff. So he looks quite decent.
Okay, so there is some.
But you coming to you for your Bundesliga knowledge and you haven't got any.
All right, he looks like...
It's all right, Jacob. Saying your mic down doesn't matter. You're John Boren. You've missed your opportunity. He looks decent, Darius. I'd have to see more of him, of course. I'd have to see more of him. But let's see. Kevin Kilban underrated from Mike. Steve P says Alex Iwobi was incredibly overrated. Don't let the piv hear you saying that.
Oh, yeah.
Don't let the piv. Tin Can Eddie says Barkley overrated. I don't think he was.
Not Barkley.
I disagree with that one.
Yeah.
I disagree. I think Ross Barkley was brilliant. I do. I think the way it went, he didn't do himself any favours and all that. That was Koeman. Koeman started the break-up.
That Toffee box he's in as well. He was winning tackles everywhere.
Oh, it was unbelievable.
And,
the Toffee box on Payton this week. Jacob's first game. Everton 6, Bournemouth 3. Ross. Toffee box. Get on it. Yeah. It's on our Payton. Yeah, it's boss. But he was brilliant. I really liked Ross Barkley. I mean, I know the way it ended wasn't great, and I think he's proved what a good player he is at Luton when he was in. It's not that you can't have him in the number 6 and get away with it, obviously, but travelling with the ball, and he made bad choice. But yeah. Right, we're going. Thank you very much, everyone. Again, hype the Tarkowski interview. Please go and like it, subscribe, leave a comment underneath. Keep that ticking over. Spread it. Tell people who haven't watched it to go and watch it. The captain speaks very well, so get more people on it. Vice captain doesn't like captain, does he? Vice captain speaks very well. Team captain is what we're calling him because that's exactly what he is. Right. Thanks everybody who's joined us. Patrons, we'll see you later. Take it easy. Bye.